Hello everybody, and thanks for joining us as we get ready for the start of the first of two test matches between South Africa and Pakistan. And this is going to be a beauty. It always is at SuperSport Park. There's plenty of action at this venue, and both teams are going to look forward to playing this one. South Africa right now more so because they've won the toss and have elected to bowl first. Shan Masood said in the toss that it's quite obvious that it's going to suit the seamers initially. It has got a bit of a green tinge. There has been some rain around. There has been a tent that's been used over the pitch about 60% of the time over the last 9 days. So there's bound to be a little bit of moisture. Corbin Bosch is getting a run, so he's going to be on debut. So this is going to be fascinating. And South Africa, as far as they're concerned, they need to win one of these two test matches to qualify for that World Test Championship at Lord's in June. So that's their aim. And Pakistan, well, they won the one-day series. They've got a whole host of their players playing in this test as well, and they've got the teams. I've got Ramiz Raj alongside me and also Sean Pollack. Sean, take us through the South Africans for starters.
Same top six, Hazy, for what we saw at St George's for that encounter. And Kyle Verreynne will come in at number 7, fresh off 100 in that test match as well. Then there's just the 4 bowling options, obviously from a seamers perspective. Janssen Bosch making his debut, so exciting times from Rabard. Patterson, I think, could be effective. And then maybe Aidan Markham might be required to bowl a little bit of off spin at some stage. But a pretty secure side, and they're banking on the seamers to win the game for them.
Ramiz, Pakistan.
Yes, I mean, the focus will be on their batting, how well they play on a pitch that will bounce, will have a bit of sideways movement, and how well they play the bouncer delivery. And I think the way they shaped up in that ODI series will give them a lot of hope and a high. Bowling looks pretty steady. Mohammad Abbas is making a comeback after about 3-4 years. Ahmed Jamal is a good all-round cricketer, and then Khurram Shahzad is coming back after an injury. So it looks pretty good. And so as far as I'm concerned, foryou will be the star for me in that batting lineup. How well he plays pace.
Terrific length at this venue, and he really has been successful. Kumar Dharmasima is the TV umpire, and Richard Richardson, the match referee. Right, here we go. Rabada to start. Scott slips. A little extra bounce off the thigh pad, close to Dazorzi.
Rabada will provide the blueprint for the rest of the cast to follow, because he's got experience, he's got skills, and this wasn't such a bad delivery to start the proceedings. Came back, hit him high on the thigh, and that short leg fielder therefore becomes quite necessary.
Yeah, real steep bounce, and Rabada is experienced enough to know how to work out the right length on this pitch.
Yeah, that's his great strength. Whoops, that's a little bit wayward.
Pakistan will have to shrug off that ODI mindset. Push through the ball, through cover. Something like that. So you got to play with your soft hands. I know it challenges your makeup, your batting DNA, but you've got to do that to be a success here in South Africa.
Yeah, this length of this delivery is good. So Shan Masood shouldn't really be out in front of himself. Have a look where it comes through. It's kind of bail high. And if he's going to be pushing at that, it needs to be with a dead bat, not out in front of him.
That's the line. And the skipper opens his century in an ODI game at this venue last time around. Marco Janssen, who was outstanding the first test match against Sri Lanka when he got that best of 7 for 13. Pakistan have never won at this venue. Played 3, lost 3.
Thanks, Hazy.
Ramiz, Pakistan have not recorded a test win in South Africa for nearly 18 years. Rambo?
Double thanks.
Wide down the leg side, but we know, Ramiz, they're a side that things can turn around quite quickly if things are not particularly going well behind the scenes, as you know yourself from your experience, particularly that 92 World Cup when you lost how many games in the lead-up?
Yeah, we were the first team to land in Australia, and we played 10 or 11 practice matches. We got thrashed in 9 out of 11. And then the campaign didn't start off well also. I think we lost 4 in a row.
And won the 92 World Cup.
That's right.
With you taking the final catch. Leg side again, so that radar's got to be adjusted.
I want to ask you, Polly, you know, when you win the toss and as a batting side, openers go in, and before going in, you sweat a little bit because there's a challenge and you get into that batting bubble. There's a batting pitch map in your mind also. What about the bowlers? What would they be thinking right now? Is there any extra pressure when you win the toss on a green pitch and decide to bowl?
Yeah, definitely. We'll touch on it now. So obviously you got the surface and you see the ball carrying through, and then the pressure goes on because the team believes that you've got that ability to bowl them out cheaply. And it's all about trying to get your wrist position right, you find your decent length, build the pressure and try and make early inroads. But you can't really force the issue too much. You've got to allow yourself just to back your lengths and your plans. And Marco Jansen, he's just settling in. I think those first deliveries, I don't think it came out of his hand all that well, but he'll settle in because he should be quite excited about the opportunity of bowling to two left-handers.
And he will get some bounce. Again, it's not going to be a quick bounce, but he will get some bounce and some movement.
We go to the game plan for the batters, Rummies. The best way to approach batting in South Africa is to leave well. So if the ball's hit in a good area, still to have that positive mindset that if there's anything short and wide, even like that last delivery that he got from Jansen, you've got to go after that, because those are the ones you can score with a little bit of freedom and then running between the wickets. So it was good to see Shan Masood charge through in that end of the last over, just knocking it down and ticking over the scoreboard.
Sam Ayub has got to embrace that boring outlook towards batting, so that ball that he hit. So
Day Test match, it's a special event. Oh, that's pretty adjacent. That's worth a shout. There's a sliding leg side. I think the skipper's going to be interested in this one. He'll want some information.
Yeah, we saw in the first over the wrist of Marco Jansen was just kind of pushing things down the leg side. It's interesting. South Africa won a fast start. Yeah, Temba Baboon is saying I'm going to have a look, and at worst I think it's going to be an umpire's call, so I won't lose my review.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. On-field decision is not out. Check both feet, fair delivery. Front on replay, please. Okay. Bat is close to the ball is close to the bat. You can go to the ultra edge when it's ready.
Actually looks better than what I thought.
Gap between bat and the ball, flat line. You can go to the ball tracking. Original decision is not out. Pitching in line, impact in line, wickets, umpire's call. Nitin, you can stay with your original decision, not out. You're on the screen. Make a signal.
Umpire's call comes into play early in this test match.
yeah, got to be looking to play through mid-on, straight or wide mid-on, rather than breaking your wrist and playing through mid-wicket. Yeah, close, very close thing.
Yeah, when you win the toss, you're desperate for an early wicket, and you also, in the form that we've seen so far in the